Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome into another Sunday social podcast featuring me, Michael Plant, and to my right, Dylan Clemons, as always. We welcome you guys in for just another fantastic football Sunday. We got a couple of buys this week, Carolina Panthers, and then the Arizona Cardinals. And just like we always like to do, we like to keep this short, get right into the main, juice of what we're looking at. I'm going to get through the inactives real quick, and then we're going to start answering those questions because, goddamn, there were a lot this week. All right, so starting with the Bears. Trevor Simeon's out. Justin Fields looks like he is going to be playing here. All right, then we have David Njoku, who is out with the knee. KJ Hamler has been ruled out for the Broncos with the hamstring. Jerry Jeudy is active for today for the Broncos. Then you also did have Cortland Sutton, who had an illness questionable, but he is also active. All right. Romeo Doubs for the Packers is questionable. That one I'm a little curious about because we're only on week 3, I believe, of his 4-week injury. All right. We had earlier in the week, Brandon Cooks is out for the Houston Texans. Travis Etienne is going to be active. He was ruled out last week with the foot halfway through the game. All right. Then you had Zay Jones, the waiver wire darling of the week, questionable with the chest. He is expected to play, though. The chest popped up late on the report in the week. Then we have the Giants wide receivers, if anybody's out there starting those guys. Darius Slayton, Kenny Golladay. Both of them had illnesses this week. It looks like Darius Slayton is a good to go, but Kenny Golladay woke up feeling even worse today, so he will be out. Yeah, it's shocker, right? it must be that $14 million salary that's making him down.
Yeah.
Out of the Jets here, we got Michael Carter, who was ruled out and doubtful. That's an out in my book. So we got Zonovan Knight, we got James Robinson, we got Tyler Johnson looking to man a three-headed backfields for the Jets. Jalen Warren was questionable with the hamstring. It looks like he is going to play, though. But also Najee Harris looks like he is good, too, for the day from what I've seen. I haven't seen anything yet about him being inactive. He was still questionable. So just keep an eye on that. Antonio Gibson, who popped up late in the week, also with a foot injury, is expected to play. But I don't know about that one. That one's a questionable one. The foot, that's a hard injury for a running back, guys. Then we got our 4:00 games here. Joe Mixon, it's not looking great for him. Still not activated, or not activated, but still not
cleared
from concussion for the concussion protocol. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, he's still not cleared, and it's not looking great because, he needed to be cleared by Saturday for this game. So it looks like Samaje Perine's to play. Jamar Chase, though, great news here, guys. He made a full practice this week, and it is looking like he is expected to make his debut off of that hip injury and in a game where they need him against the Chiefs. And then you got Kadarius Toney, who was ruled out earlier in the week with the hamstring. Mike Williams also ruled out with the ankle for the Chargers. Put Josh Palmer in your lineup, guys. Matthew Stafford moved to the IR this week after the concussion coming back with the neck. Not good for that offense.
Lost season, man. They're just ending it. It pretty much the end of the season, so.
Big time. And then we got Josh Jacobs, who's questionable with that calf again. Now, this one I did read is a little bit more serious than last week and is a true game time decision for Josh Jacobs this week. So just keep an eye out on that one. He did just run for 303 yards. And if you got a bum calf,
tight, man. Yeah,
if you got a bum calf, it's going to be hard to go the next week. Looking here, Elijah Mitchell was finally put on the IR, putting Jordan Mason and who's the other
Tyrion Davis-Price.
Thank you. TDP behind CMC if he ever has any issues. And then the big name for the week, he's in our show title, Deebo Samuel. It looks like he is going to give it a go here, but this one I'm worried about here because it's the quad. Plus, I know the hamstring was bothering him last week. This was a very true game time decision like Josh Jacobs. So this one I'm a little bit worried about here. The crappy thing is he's just a 3:00 game, so you can't really hold out for him.
Yep.
Other than that, it looks like just Michael Gallup for the Sunday night game is questionable with an illness. Looks like they fully expect him to be back, though.
Dude, that illness is going around to everybody right now.
It
was going around all week and stuff too. So
it was going around in FIFA too. I was hearing about the USA Netherlands game. A couple of the Netherlands players were feeling a little sick before the
Yeah, man.
game. Yeah. So I guess there's just a sickness going around in the world right now. Hopefully it's
Yep.
not COVID. Stay away.
No COVID. No COVID. But we got a couple live questions. Good morning, gentlemen. Flex One, Tyler Boyd, AJ Dillon, Latavius Murray.
Boyd, AJ Dillon, Latavius Murray. That's Latavius Murray for me. I'll be honest, it's not great choices, Michael, but you got to make lemonade with lemons, and it's Latavius Murray. He's the only guy back there besides Mike Boone. I mean, they got Jerry Jeudy back, which means maybe he gets tackled at the 1 yard line, and you got a touchdown from Murray again. Boyd, he's benchable with Chase coming back, and AJ Dillon. We know how we feel about him since coming back, but he's not doing very good either.
Yeah, it's Murray.
I mean, he shows flashes, but
we got Juju, Garrett Wilson, Gallup, Jameson Williams.
So Jameson Williams is activated and he is expected to play this week. And I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I did see he is going to be on a low snap count, so it is not good enough to be putting out there in the starting lineups. Not over somebody like Juju and Garrett Wilson. It's Juju for me. Over Garrett Wilson for the ceiling play. But if Mike White's the quarterback again, I think Garrett Wilson's technically a little bit safer.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Garrett Wilson there. Palmer, Lockett, Devonta Smith, Juju, Jameson Williams.
I mean, I kind of like Palmer too because you don't have Mike Williams in there. Lockett,
I think it's Palmer.
I'm not a big fan of Lockett this week or DK. Seahawks might not have to do very much against the Rams.
Yeah.
Very little.
We got Thielen, Juju, Jameson Williams, Flex, Pacheco, Gus Edwards. If it's between the first three at wide receiver, and then it's Pacheco or Gus in the flex, I think. So I'm going to go Juju out of those three receivers, and then I'm going to go I don't love Pacheco, but I'm going to go Pacheco there.
I think Pacheco offers a little bit more upside this week than Gus Edwards, but you can't go wrong playing Gus Edwards or Pacheco because J.K. Dobbins is still out.
Right.
So, I mean, me personally, if I was you, I'd probably be going Pacheco because the matchup for the Baltimore Ravens is pretty tough, a little bit more of a ceiling. So I'd be going Pacheco. But like I said, can't go wrong either way with those ones. But I also agree with Dylan on the wide receiver. It's Juju.
Yep. From Joe, crazy to start T-Law over Dak. We got Jacksonville against Detroit in a really good matchup.
And Dak plays the Colts, who are actually pretty good against all fantasy positions. Let me pull that up right here.
I don't think it's crazy at all, man, at this point of the season. I think anything's in play for the most part. I think I would still personally lean Dak. I think he's probably safer. We could trust him more than Lawrence, but the matchup is there.
I think I still lean Dak. Yeah, he's just a little bit more safer. Both of them can run the ball, which you like to see. All right. Dak can throw the ball just a little bit better. I know the matchup favors T-Law, but so does the running matchup for the Jaguars. The Lions are not great at stopping the run. So, I mean, if Etienne or JaMychal Hasty start getting going early and they get up high, T-Law may not need to do anything. But then again, it is the Colts, and Dak may not need to do anything here. But I think the safer option is Dak because I look back to what the Cowboys did against the Bears when Dak first came back from the injury. They used him in the red zone. All right. Trevor Lawrence really isn't being used to run in the red zone. He's used to scramble to get some yards here and there. But if Dak gets that touchdown in the red zone rushing, it's going to break T-Law. So I think it's Dak just by a slight edge. But, man, that matchup makes it juicy.
Yep. We got Josh Palmer or Latavius Murray in the flex. What up, cuz?
That one's Palmer for me over Murray.
Palmer as well.
Only because Mike Williams is out, though.
Yep. From Brody Ferguson, we got Sit One, KW3, Josh Jacobs, Jamal Williams. I'm assuming that's Jamal Williams, not Jameson Williams. Chris Olave and Christian Watson. Mike, who are we sitting here? I get your predicament here, man.
You got to pay attention because Jeff Wilson, Josh Jacobs might not play.
Yeah. I mean, he might give you he might cut you some
easy out.
slack and
Yeah, he
give
might
you
give
an
you the
easy
easy
out.
out.
Yeah,
But if
but
not, I think I'm going. Man, it sucks to bench Christian Watson over Olave, but
I
Olave is
know.
just a little bit more safer.
I was gonna say, I think I actually bench Olave. I think Watson might go nuclear against the Bears today, to be honest with you. So I think I'm sitting Olave, but that one's really tough. Like we said,
I
hopefully
can't sit Olave over Watson.
Yeah, I get it. I get that. We got Gibson or B Rob. I'm gonna go Robinson with Gibson being banged up with the foot. And we saw Robinson out touch Gibson last week. Outsnap him. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah, it sucks because of the injury. If Gibson was healthy, it'd be Gibson just because of the way the usage has been. I did notice that for some reason they're flip-flopping weeks, snap percentages. Gibson last week was the guy. 2 weeks ago was the guy. Last week was B-Rob, so I have a feeling Gibson might be the guy this week, but it's B-Rob as the safer option with the injury. We do have a question here on Twitter because those ones we don't see right away here. But Tracy Smith, he needs one. Jeff Wilson, Pacheco, or Jerick McKinnon?
Ooh, boy. It's really close for Jeff Wilson and Pacheco for me, but I think I slightly lead Pacheco because of Jeff Wilson's matchup against his former 49ers team. Yeah, I think it's Pacheco for me.
I know it's a rematch here, but the Niners are really good on defense. They're number one at stopping the number one at holding RBs to the lowest amount of points, 15.88, and that's PPR. They haven't allowed teams to score points in the second half for 4 straight games, I want to say. So it's not a great matchup. I'm leaning Pacheco over him. It's close though.
Yep.
It's close.
Yep. We got another one from Dion. Everett, Ingram, Komet at the tight end spot.
Okay. I like Everett. Everett without Mike Williams in is always a good play.
I'm all right with Everett. I'm all right with Everett as well. And then we got ETN, Pacheco, or Elliott. That was ETN for me. Yep.
I'm just hoping he doesn't get injured again because I heard speculation that he might have re-injured the same foot. No fun.
No fun at all. Need a flex for half PPR league. We got Godwin or Monty.
That's Godwin.
Yeah, it's not as easy for me, man. Monty kills the Packers. We talked about this on the show on Friday.
It's true.
It's almost a guarantee. The Packers are not good against the run. You and I both know that. And it's half, Mike. So I think I actually go Monty. But go ahead.
I'm a little biased here just because I'm a Mike Evans owner. I know how Tom Brady does against the Saints. So yeah, I think your safer play here is Monty. If you want to reach for the stars, go for the ceiling play. I think Godwin is a good play because Mike Evans will be locked up by Marshawn Lattimore, leaving Godwin everything.
I get that.
Everything. So that he's going to be the number one option for Brady this week, I think. So that's why I say that.
Next one, we got Patterson, Lazard, Knight, or Fournette in the flex today for PPR.
Ooh. Man,
it's Lazard. I think.
No, out of those options, I hate to say it, but it's Fournette, especially if it's PPR, because if it's not Godwin, Fournette's in there. He's going to be getting the dump offs from Brady. It's Fournette. I hate it, but it's Fournette.
Yeah, I think I slightly lean Lazard still. Bears defense.
You just okay. I just real quick. You wanted to sit Olave for Christian Watson, and now you want to play Allen Lazard, the second option from Christian Watson, over Leonard Fournette, the first option for Tom Brady.
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah. Man, I wish I'd have made my 6-pack bet on that one.
Fields or Lamar? That one's easy for me. That's Fields.
It is Fields. Obviously we're worried about him re-injuring the shoulder here, but Lamar has a very tough matchup against the Broncos. Very tough.
Next one for Dia, we got Watson or Brady. That one's Watson for me too. I don't love him this week, and I wrote about it in my Start Sit article. But I think it's Watson over Brady.
You can honestly go either way with this, but believe it or not, Brady's safer because I have done the research. I've looked at Brady. Brady has scored 20-plus points against the Saints. Yes, he's done it twice out of the 5 games. So, it's happened. We haven't seen Watson in a year and a half. So, there's a lot of unpredictability there. At least we know what we're going to get with Brady. So, I honestly, you can't go wrong either way. This is one of those ones. Did you play who the hell played on Thursday? Did you play Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs? Go Watson. Because then you need to.
Yeah, right on. Daniel Bellinger, Evan Ingram. I'm gonna go Ingram here.
Bellinger is still questionable. It's not looking great, and that eye injury is hard.
He's got one eye,
pretty much. No depth perception. Hard to catch football.
Not to joke about that, but we got Jamal Williams or P. Ryan. That one's P. Ryan for me. I'm in this week after what we saw last week.
With Mixon possibly being out, yes, it's P. Ryan.
Yes, Lazard or Nico Collins today. It's Lazard.
No, Brandon Cooks is out, man. It's Nico Collins.
It's Kyle Allen.
I understand that. I understand it's Kyle Allen, but it's still Collins. He's going to get more volume than Lazard.
Rachaad White or Leonard Fournette?
Man, that one sucks. That sucks, Dion. It's Fournette. I mean, you got to go Fournette over Rachaad White, especially if he's healthy.
We're not going to help you at all here. It's Rachaad White for me. I think he's took over.
Even if Fournette's healthy?
I think he outsnaps Leonard Fournette this week.
Man, your opinions got me all flustered this week.
Good. That's the way we like it. Cowboys or the Buccaneers?
Cowboys. You play Matt Ryan. A lot of turnover potential there.
Who do the Bucs got? The Saints.
Andy Dalton.
Same turnover, but I feel the Cowboys are going to – the statue of Matt Ryan back there, the Cowboys are going to get some sacks, turnover potential, like you said. So, hey, that one we agree on. From Cade Smith, Fields or Tua?
Ooh. If it wasn't, it's Fields. To it, man. You got to respect the Niners defense. You got to. It's Fields. Yeah.
And then speaking of the Niners defense, for Paul, we got 49ers or Fins. This one's 49ers strictly for the fact, Mike, when I talked about this on the show on Friday as well. I think they're going to get Tua once or twice on interceptions this week.
I was going to say on sacks or interceptions.
He'll probably get one or two of them on sacks as well. But, yeah, I think he's going to get them once or twice. So I think I go the 49ers defense here.
It's close. It's slight edge to the 49ers only because the Niners are going to be running the ball majority of the time, which means less turnover potential, less sack potential if you're running the ball. So it is slightly an edge to the 49ers.
Godwin, Keenan Allen, Christian Watson, Garrett Wilson need one.
Oh, man. Keenan Allen.
Chargers got the Raiders. Yeah, Keenan Allen.
It's Keenan Allen. Mark Williams is out too. Keenan Allen's 100% healthy. Hell yeah.
Lazard, Nico Collins, or Mike Evans. I get it. I get it being scared of Mike Evans, but I'm still going there with it. He has put up points. He has put up points against Lattimore before. It's just not many times. So I
hope he doesn't get in a fist fight. I mean, that's all we hope. Hope he doesn't get in a fist fight.
Oh, man. Need to. Cooper, Wilson, or Cooks? You said Brandon Cooks is inactive, right?
Yes, Brandon Cooks is an active Dean, so
there
I would
you
not
go,
be using
Dino.
him.
You got Amari Cooper and Garrett Wilson there to start. From Samantha, we got the Ravens defense or the Seahawks defense. Seahawks get the Rams and Bryce Perkins.
Ravens get Russell Wilson.
I'm going to give me the Seahawks against the Rams. This game's going to be a slow, grinded out game, and Perkins has the opportunity to throw the Seahawks a couple interceptions. Or no, is it Wofford today?
It's Wofford. It's Wofford. They might
same thing, though. It's the same thing.
They're going to feature Perkins and some.
So it's a combination of both. It's all.
Yep. But I trust McVay. I trust McVay a lot more than I trust Nathaniel Hackett. I do think the Ravens struggled last week against the Jaguars, but the Jaguars are better than the Broncos. Would you agree? So I lean the Ravens over the Seahawks.
Okay. What do we got here? From Sean? What Chargers wide receiver would you start today if you had to flex one? Palmer or Carter? That was Palmer.
It is Palmer. Palmer's the safer option, but man, Carter had 7 receptions on 10 targets last week with a touchdown. So I mean, he's boomer bust. I think more in my opinion than Josh Palmer, because Palmer's the underneath guy.
Dino caught his mistake. We got Josh Palmer or Zay Jones here. It's closer. Yes, and we saw Zay blow up last week. I'm still gonna go Palmer.
That one is close. Let me look at this. Yeah, it's slight edge to Palmer. Both are even talented, I think, in my opinion. Palmer just slightly better matchup against the Lions. Third most points allowed to wide receivers.
Then our
I mean,
last live,
Zay Jones. That's what I meant because that's the matchup, not Palmer.
then our last live one here from Connor. We got Fields, Geno, or Deshaun Watson. And it's Fields for me.
It's Fields.
Fields is top 5 guy, guys.
When healthy.
Yeah.
And I know it's a non-throwing shoulder that the injury happened to. So as long as he can slide and get down, he's fine.
Agreed.
All right. That was a lot of live questions, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, we got another one here on one of the other posts. We got he did tell me if it's Jeff Wilson or Garrett Wilson. Let's just go Garrett Wilson because it's the same position, Mike.
All right.
Garrett Wilson or Mike Evans? Yeah.
Man, Jets play who again?
The Jets play Minnesota.
I think I go Garrett Wilson. I really do, especially with Mike White as the quarterback.
I think I do as well. I think
Minnesota's defense ain't great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking for a solid option to bench Mike Evans this week. All right, I have in one of my leagues, Hopkins is on bye, so I'm forced to start Mike Evans. But I had the option if he wasn't between Zay Jones and Mike Evans. I was legitimately thinking about putting Zay Jones in over Mike Evans. That's how bad this matchup is for the Buccaneers, Mike Evans and Tom Brady.
I agree. But before we continue, guys, just give you a friendly reminder. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube channel. If you don't already, we appreciate it all. We appreciate all your guys' questions. And hopefully we're helping you out. If we're not,
and if you don't, we still love your attention and your questions, and we hope we are entertaining you at the very least on a Sunday morning.
Oh, we got Tua, Jimmy G, Goff, Cousins, or Carr. Jimmy G, Goff, Cousins, or Carr. It's still Tua there for me. It's Tua.
Yeah, with those options, I mean, it's still Tua.
Yep.
Those are not great options.
Then we got full PPR, Najee or Dameon Pierce, and a banged up Najee. We've seen the floor just fall out from Dameon Pierce, unfortunately. But the matchup's good today, Mike, against the Browns. I get it. They're going to be down, most likely. But I think I still give me Pierce. Give me Pierce because it's a good matchup.
With it being PPR, you still lean Najee. Dameon gets nothing in the passing game. Nothing at all. Nothing. So it's Najee for me. Okay,
we got Palmer or Ayuk. We're gonna split here. It's Ayuk.
No, we're not gonna split here because I'm gonna go with Ayuk.
Nice.
Deebo Samuel's banged up. There is a possibility he could be a decoy. I hope not because I got him in a couple leagues, but it's Ayuk over Palmer. Unfortunately, Ayuk has been coming out strong. He's wide receiver 2 as of right now. So it pains me to say it, but it's Ayuk.
It is. You want to take us away in our other questions now? You got to pull
All right. Yes, let's go. So Erica needs to know, Geno or Tom Brady? Geno Smith or Tom Brady, Dylan? Now, for me,
go ahead.
That one sucks. So it's for me, I'd rather go Tom Brady than Geno Smith because I am really off of Geno Smith this week. I trust that the Rams will cover, but I do not trust it will be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think this goes.
Josh Jacobs will play today. Just got the update.
Okay. Good news.
Great news. Yes.
So you trust that if he is active after what he's done for you this season, you're plugging him in your lineup and you're playing him, guys.
Yes, you are. He is the. You got him in the 6th round in the drafts this year, guys. And he's RB top 5. I mean, so you're playing Jacobs healthy. And we should be all grateful that he is healthy this week because we got a matchup against the Chargers who allow the fifth most points.
Honestly, a silly good slate of football games today.
Oh, really good.
So hopefully everyone's lined up to just sit their ass on the couch and watch NFL football today. We got a couple more questions flowing, and we got George Pickens or Christian Watson.
I agree with Dion on this one. Dion actually answered for him. It's Christian Watson.
You know I'm a Pickens guy too, but I'm going to go with Watson as well.
Pickens got a great matchup against Atlanta this week, though. So, I mean, there is some ceiling there to be offered.
Yeah.
But Christian Watson has done it already compared to Pickens. But back to our premeditated questions here. Did you ever answer between Gino and Brady real quick?
Yeah, I said Brady.
All right, that was me as well. It's a clean sweep on that one. All right, another quarterback question. Tua or Watson? Please tell me the correct answer.
Still Tua, man.
Yeah, with too much unpredictability in Watson. It'd be different if Watson, had played in the past year, not a preseason game. But on to our next question. Oh, this one. Gino or Lamar?
That one's Lamar.
Thank you. That one is Lamar. It sucks because of the matchup, but Lamar offers a higher floor than Gino this week.
We do got a couple more live ones. Happy Sunday, Jason. Couple quick questions. Full PPR, Mike Evans, Garrett Wilson. And we talked that one already, and we both said Garrett Wilson slightly.
Yeah, slightly.
Damian Pierce or Rashad White, man, you're always putting us on the spot with the Damian Pierce questions. And I told you Pierce last week, and he screwed you. And I'm telling you, Pierce again this week. So go Rashad White. But it's Pierce. No, it's Pierce, man. Process says Pierce.
Process says Pierce for this one because Rashad White is dealing with Fournette. If Fournette was out, it's White, but it's Pierce over White. And then between Tua and Watson, I mean, it's going to hurt you if Watson gets a 20 on your bench, man, but there's a good chance he could get you a 5 in the starting lineup. There is a very good chance. So, I mean, yeah, so it's Tua. Just because we've seen it, he's undefeated as a starter when he finishes the game. So, I mean, it's Tua. Yes. It sucks having a bench Watson, but there is just too much unpredictability, and fantasy football is about safety and security.
We got next one from Roberto. We got Deebo or Jerry Jeudy.
There is nothing safe or secure about this one. One has been activated, one barely got activated.
I'm going to go with the good offense here, man, is where I'm going to go. That's my tiebreaker, and I'm going to go Deebo, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's Deebo. Roberto. Jeudy, just got activated. He just as easily – both these guys, don't be surprised, both these guys could get knocked out in the first half. But it's Deebo. Yeah.
Next one from Richard. Gino or Cousins? We kind of been – No, I don't think it's Cousins, Mike. I think
you want to start Gino over Cousins.
I think it's gonna be a slog of a game. I really do, but the matchup for Cousins isn't good. It's tough against the Jets defense. They let Sauce do whatever they want on the outside, and why are they gonna stop letting him do that? So I'm curious to see how this offense gets going if Sauce gives Justin Jefferson fits.
It's Cousins for me. I understand your hesitation with it, but like I said, if it's a slog of a game and it's 13-10, what's Gino getting you? That's one touchdown.
See, but I think they're going to score. I don't think it's going to be a 13-10 game. What if it's a 21?
It's a divisional game.
Well, what if it's a 21? But Mike, the Rams are so bad right now. Aaron Donald's not even playing. The Rams defense is banged up. It hasn't been good all year. It's just we could trust the Seahawks offense a little bit, man. So I think if they put up 24 points and Gino throws 2 touchdowns, they're fine. Yeah.
Can't trust Kenneth Walker, can you? Get your touchdowns, but no yards.
I was going to say, I think you could trust Kenneth Walker.
Guys are going to have bad weeks. That's what I think it's a Kenneth Walker week. That's why I'm off Gino. Because you have no Aaron Jones. They're not going to be able to Aaron Donald. They're not going to be able to defend the run against Kenneth Walker. So I think they're going to run it down their throats. That's my opinion. I'm not always right. I'll admit that.
And we got Antonio Gibson or Kyron Williams. And that one's, I know he's banged up, man. It's Antonio Gibson for me. I don't want a part of this Rams offense. Jamal Williams or Tyler Lockett for the flex? It's Jamal Williams for me.
Jamal Williams, yep. Man, I love it. You're loving Gino in that comparison, but you don't love Gino's wide receivers that he's going to throw to.
I don't love one because I'm banking on Jamal Williams scoring a touchdown like he has 15 other times this season. Sure, if you got to come at me like that, sure.
I will come at you. You got some wild takes this week. It is what it is. You have your right to your opinion, but that's the reason.
The Seahawks are gonna score, right, Mike? They're going to score?
We presume.
Okay. Go ahead, take us into our other questions.
The Seahawks may score one time. and then they might get a bunch of field goals. All right, on to our next question here. We already did Geno or Lamar. So Justin Fields or Lamar Jackson? We've answered this one. It is Justin Fields, healthy. Then we got Gus Edwards, or Zay Jones in the flex.
Give me
It's Zay Jones for me.
Give me Zay.
Only because of the tough matchup. I know Gus Edwards might bail you out with a touchdown here, but it is a tough matchup. I'd rather prefer Zay. Oh, we do have a live one here from Emma. Flex Drake London, Darius Slayton, or Van Jefferson? Dylan, you want me to answer quick?
You're going to go London. Yeah, I'm going to go Slayton.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
That's where I'm going to go.
Yep. Steelers allow the most points to wide receivers at 40 a clip. Kyle Pitts is out. I know they run the ball a lot, but it's still London.
The problem is Mariota's not going to throw the ball over 25 times. That's the issue.
And Daniel Jones is?
He could. I'm going to go Slayton. He had less target competition. Medias Zacchaeus, man, don't just push that away. They just get everybody involved. They just get everybody involved in that offense. More so if it might just be Slayton that they could get involved besides Saquon in the Giants offense.
I mean, Slayton, though, you're banking on a 50-yard touchdown. That's the thing, because if you don't get that, Joe wants to know, Samaje Perine or Latavius Murray for the Broncos?
It's Perine.
It is Perine with Joe Mixon out. If Mixon was in, it's obviously Murray, but Perine has been reaping the benefits of Joe Mixon's injury, so plug him in a great matchup. All right. Great question. We were just talking about with the Perine. Thoughts on Mixon. He is most likely not going to play. He has not been cleared yet off of that concussion protocol yet, Brett. So it does look like Samaje Perine is going to be the guy. And I'll be honest, if he somehow makes it into it, I don't trust it with that last second of a clear of the concussion protocol. So I'm still leaning Samaje Perine, and I don't think Mixon's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a good question, though. Samaje Perine or your boy ETN, Dylan?
Oh, it's Perine.
Wow, that actually surprises me. It is Perine, slightly. Etienne has a great matchup, but Perine's all by himself. Etienne has Hasty and Darrell Henderson to worry about. All right, and then we'll go back to our premeditated questions here.
Hold on, we did get this one. Pull this one up. The only team I got one team that just popped in my head, and that's the Jets. What teams would be better if they would be willing to give up a 4th round pick for Garoppolo? The Jets. Well, who else do you think of here? Maybe the Steelers.
I mean,
if they were to do that, probably
they wouldn't, though, in my opinion, though. Because if you're trading a 4th round pick for Garoppolo, you're giving up on your number 2 overall pick, Zach Wilson, which instantly puts down his trade value. So you're not going to even be able to trade him for much. You're going to get less than what Garoppolo you're trading for Garoppolo. And then somebody like Kenny Pickett, like, all right, so you're going to go Garoppolo over
another one. I just had another one.
So, like, I get it. If for fantasy wise, it would be better, but this is more of like an NFL question, I think, in my opinion. And yeah,
it is an NFL question.
Yeah, NFL wise, I don't know because Garoppolo is not your long term answer. So you need to get a team that's built to win now. That would be like the Broncos, maybe. I mean, they need a quarterback, and Russell Wilson ain't doing it. But you know what I mean? It's a team that's built now and probably not going to be great for the future. But, I mean, yes, the Jets is the most favorable position for him because you have Zach. But the thing is, for me, man, if you do that as a Jets fan, you're pissed that you went out and got 2nd overall pick Zach Wilson.
I know, but you just compared it to the Russell Wilson situation when they just traded 3 first rounders for Russell Wilson. So how's that any different? But we need to move on.
Because they didn't use 3 first round picks to get Zach Wilson. But I do understand.
You lost me there.
This is also why I really didn't. And I appreciate the question, Paul. But that really, I mean, didn't really help fantasy wise.
Next one we got
the Colts. Could use him, brought up.
Yeah, it's probably the Colts. That's who I was gonna say. Yeah, we got Mahomes or Fields. That one's
Mahomes easily.
Tua or Geno. That one's Tua as well.
I'm very confused by your logic today, but yes, it's Tua.
Just because I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Will Jeff Wilson feast against or not? Justin Jefferson feast against Sauce? No, he's not going to feast against him. I think you need to temper expectations, but he should be fine. It's Justin Jefferson. Do you agree?
I mean, it's still Justin Jefferson. I don't know if he's going to feast, but I still think he has a solid day.
Right. Also, will Lamb have 15 points against the Colts? I think he will. He's been cooking lately.
That one's tough. I mean, I honestly don't think he will because Colts allowed the least amount of fantasy points to wide receivers at only 25 a clip per game. I mean, so it's possible. That's 15. I mean, you got 10 extra points of who else is going to get the points out of Michael Gallup pretty much. So, I mean, it is possible here. I just not very likely.
So, Jose, we got Brady, Watson, or Rodgers. I'm gonna go Watson. You're gonna go Brady here, right?
No, I was gonna go Rodgers. He plays the Bears. He owns the Bears. I mean, that's something we know. We know he owns the Bears. We know Brady sucks against the Saints, and we know we don't know what to expect from Watson.
I hear you. I get it. Go ahead. Take us to our next ones.
Yes,
let's just try to go rapid fire on these since we got a million of them and we only got about.
That's fine. We love the questions, guys. Keep them coming. Full point PPR. DeAndre Swift, Samaje Perine, Zonovan Knight. It's Perine for me.
Yep.
All right. PPR. Juju Smith-Schuster, Mike Evans, or Brandon Ayuk. Man, it sucks. It's hard to bench anybody from that Cincinnati Chiefs game. It really is hard to bench anybody from that game. The safer play is Ayuk. If you want to reach for the stars, go for that ceiling play. Don't be surprised if Juju has 2 tutties.
All right. Another question from Jose here. 2 flex league, pick 2. Latavius Murray, DeAndre Swift, Alan Lazard, Brian Robinson, Samaje Perine. It is actually half point PPR. It's actually Brian Robinson and Perine for me.
It's Brian Robinson and Perine. Yeah. Hoping because of the Gibson injury, Robinson gets a little bit more involved in the passing game. That could be just McKissick. But it's Perine and Robinson. If you want to flip it out for Latavius Murray, I'd be fine with that. All right.
You're welcome, Jose. You are welcome.
Yeah, no problem.
Should I play Higbee or drop him for Conklin?
No.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, the thing that I have here is the reason why Higbee sucked last week is because he was not running any routes. He was blocking because they started Bryce Perkins. When Wolford was in, Higbee was running routes. So that's my conundrum here because Conklin has only been good with Joe Flacco. Would you agree, Dylan? He's really only been good with Joe Flacco. He's had 1 good game with Zach Wilson against the Patriots, but that was all garbage time with those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Right. I honestly don't remember what Conklin did last week with Mike White quarterback.
I think he had 2 targets. I could go look it up real quick. That one is a tough one, but I still lean the safety of Higbee just a little bit more with Wolford starting.
The problem is I don't think there is any safety with Wolford. I don't think it's that much.
Well, there's no safety with the tight ends.
With either of those guys. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Because, yeah.
He had 3 targets, 3 receptions for 50 yards.
I mean, the 50 yards is nice. That's 8 points.
3 targets, though. I mean, that's not great.
I know he said what he saw, what he got when What's His Nuts was in there, when Wolford was in there, but Higbee also saw 1 target last week and gave you a goose egg. That's what scares me about the safety and security of it.
I get that. And the Bryce Perkins was the starter last week where he got that 1 target. When Wolford was the starter 2 weeks ago in week 11, Higbee got 8 targets, caught 4 for 45 yards. So when Wolford is the quarterback, he does give more opportunity to Higbee. So that's the thing there. And Wolford is the starter, so I'd probably still be going with Higbee.
I get it. We're split. Didn't really help her.
I mean,
what do we got here in the next one? Tua or Lamar from Vinny?
Oof.
This one's tough, and I'm not sure.
Both tough matchups. Give me the guy who has a safer floor on Lamar because of the rushing floor. I want to
the
play
Ravens. They play Denver.
Yeah, I want to play Tua, man.
It's going to be a low-scoring game, and the Dolphins game might not be very high-flying either. Tua does throw a couple interceptions in this game. Yeah, I guess go with Lamar. You're right. You're right on this one. I think it's Lamar as well.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah.
If Tua had a better matchup, it'd be Tua.
Pick 2 RBs. We got Patterson, Fournette, Rashad White, Zonovan Knight, and Raheem Mostert.
The Mostert. All right, it's Fournette.
I know you're going to say that.
Well, the crappy thing is, though, is because you have Rashad White, you really don't want to go Fournette and Rashad White because it caps your ceiling having both RBs for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Man, so it's a tough one. It kind of sucks here because Mostert has a tough matchup as well, and Jeff Wilson's taking over the job. I think it's Patterson and Fournette, but if you wanted to go Patterson and Rashad White, I understand. I can't do Fournette and Rashad White. It'd be a little bit different if we were like talking about the Lions, who run the ball a little bit more efficiently and a lot. You can get away with 2 RBs, but I don't know if the Buccaneers can get away with 2 RBs starting. That's my problem.
And I'm actually going to tell you to go those 2 RBs. So, but
really, that's one of the least running teams in the NFL. I mean, that's my problem. So volume there is going to be critical.
What if they both get six targets in the passing game?
We can play the what if game all you want.
Sure.
I want to play the what happened game.
Yeah, we could. And we got Justin Fields and Geno Smith. But I'll be right back, Mike. I'll let you answer this one.
Yep, it's Justin Fields. And while we go on, I'm gonna just get some rapid fire here with these questions because there were a lot, guys, and we want to answer them as many as we can. All right. Jason, want to know Rodgers or Fields? It's Fields. I'm going to be honest here. Most Fields questions are going to be Fields. JB Charlie needs to know Samaje Perine or Dalton Schultz in the flex. Now, I'll give you a quick little tip. Usually when you want to go in the flex, you usually target the RB over any other position. Now, if it's PPR, the wide receiver has an argument in there, but it's Perine over Schultz. Looking to decide for Louis Kamara in a PPR league. His other options are Gus Edwards, Donovan Peoples-Jones, or Pacheco. I honestly do think this is a week where you could get away playing Pacheco over Kamara. Because of the way Kamara's been playing lately, the targets have gone down. He's only scored in 1 week out of the entire year. So I do believe this is one of those weeks you can't afford to get away with Pacheco over Kamara.
What question are you answering, Doug, right now?
It was Louis. He was trying to decide between Kamara.
Hold on. We got a million live questions. Let's answer those.
Oh, Lord.
And I pulled one on the screen. Did you answer that one?
Yeah, I asked Justin Fields. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Justin Fields.
Next one from John Cutter. We got Najee Harris, Rashad White.
It's Najee Harris. It's only Rashad White if Leonard Fournette's out, guys. I mean, this is going to be a split backfield. But you think Rashad White's taking over the playoff?
Didn't it put? I don't have the stats pulled up. I don't want to put up. I don't want to throw out false information. But wasn't it trending that way before Fournette was hurt? Didn't we see that when in the game in Germany where Rashad White was starting to take over? And I know the whole passport situation and all that stuff. That's why I'm leaning Rashad White in this backfield. And you know he catches passes. I know Fournette does as well. But I will agree. I think it's Najee, but it's really close here. And I get it if you're scared off because of the injury concerns with him. But I agree.
I'm looking at it. The past 3 games, Rashad White has had 12 more rushing attempts than him, but only 1 more target.
Sure, he's outproduced him when they've both been on the field. That's what you're saying.
But Leonard Fournette's been hurt, though. That's the thing.
Okay, maybe he's 100%. Maybe, but we have seen people lose their jobs if the other guy's performing better, man.
Yeah, but Leonard Fournette helped him win a Super Bowl. I understand it. I get it. But I do think they have a loyalty to Fournette there to an extent.
Okay, we'll see. Must-win game. Should I start Tua or Watson? The other team has Cooper, and I have Chubb. That's tough. That's a really tough question. And I get your idea. I get your thoughts on him. You have it with him having Cooper so you can cancel it out. I get your thought there. I think it's Tua. We talked a little. Yeah, it's still Tua.
Unfortunately, there's too much unpredictability with Watson.
Drop Denver D for Cleveland. Good move. Yeah. Solid.
Yes. I mean, to be honest, you're still good with Denver's defense. They have been a pretty good defense, but Cleveland plays Kyle Allen.
Yeah, they got a better matchup this week. And that's how I like to live my fantasy football defensive life, is I like to live week by week. We got Terry McLaurin or Amari Cooper PPR flex. Give me Amari Cooper.
I think I take Terry McLaurin because of the unpredictability with Deshaun Watson. It's a slight one, but it's Terry McLaurin.
Got start 2. Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, Jaylen Waddle, or Christian Watson. Oh, no.
Fuck. Sorry for swearing, man, but those are great.
I like Christian Watson, but out of those other three guys, you shove him to the side there. Jamar Chase, supposedly healthy. He was healthy last week and cleared. He just personally wanted to sit out because he wanted to give it another week. But I think it's Devontae Adams and Jamar Chase, I suppose.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you got to sit Waddle.
Try and get Waddle in the flex if you can. But yeah, it's Jamar Chase and Devontae Adams. If it was a possible better matchup for Waddle, I can see maybe an argument for more of him. But it's Chase and Adams. You can't sit those guys.
Agreed.
That sucks. Those are great wide receiver options. All right.
I see we got a bunch of guys, a bunch of people watching. We appreciate it. If you could just smash the like button, please subscribe. We appreciate it. I like this question. Should I wing it and play Burks over Pittman? And I don't hate it, man. I like Treylon this week. He's over the last 3 games, he's tied with Robert Woods in targets with the team. He just has more important targets, I feel like, for
more important. Yeah, the deep
targets. But Pittman's still getting targets, and we know Matt Ryan's chucking it. That's the tough part of it. And I think I'm going to give you, Mike, this is your shtick here. You want to shoot for upside, go Treylon Burks. If you want the safety of the targets from Pittman, you go Pittman.
It's true. The safer option is Pittman here. Your ceiling play is Burks. He can catch a long touchdown. This is something Pittman's not going to be doing. But then the thing is Burks also plays that Eagles secondary, which is a tougher matchup. So it does make Pittman a safer option this week.
Who do I start with this week at running back? We got Miles Sanders versus Tennessee. Tough matchup there. We got ETN at Detroit. Nice matchup there. Or Najee at Atlanta. Also a decent matchup. Also, should I feel safe starting Fields over Watson? Thanks, y'all. You should feel safe about Fields over Watson. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You should always feel safe over Fields over Watson, at least as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the running back question here, I'm just hoping he doesn't get injured, but it's Etienne. Out of all 3 of these guys, they pretty much the only one who really kind of edges anybody out here is Najee Harris. He gets a little bit more passing work, I guess you could say, but all 3 of them get about the same amount of work. Best matchup here is Detroit. All right. Atlanta's actually pretty good at defending the run because they're so bad at defending the pass that everybody just throws on them. Miles Sanders, Tennessee is the 3rd best team, I want to say, against the running back. I can't find them right here, but I know Tennessee's a tough matchup with them, so it's ETN at Detroit.
Front 7. Yep, you're right.
Man, where is it? Where did it go?
Trevor did say it was PPR. From your guy John, we got what up, boys?
Hey, John.
Up, man? Devonta Smith or Christian Watson?
Ooh.
Give me Watson here.
You want Watson in this one? Yeah, I do want Watson in this one as well. Slight edge to him. Devonta Smith was a little banged up with the groin injury this week. It is Watson. He's taking over that number 1 spot over Lazard. Better matchup too.
Yes. We got Kyron Williams or Adam Thielen. No one's Thielen for me.
Yeah, Thielen. Yeah, realistically, guys, you want to stay away from this Rams offense. I know honestly, the only one I'm willing to start with John Wolford starting is Higbee. That is the only one I want to play. And that's just because tight ends suck.
Yes, they do. We got Zay Jones or Josh Palmer. He has Herbert.
Oh, he has Herbert.
I'm going to go. Give me Palmer there. Give me that stack.
Yeah. Man. Raiders, they used to be the best at allowing the most points to quarterbacks. And they're top 5 in wide receivers. Give me Palmer as well.
Yes, sir. We got Dak or Fields. That one's Fields for me.
Yeah, it's Fields. Yeah, it's Fields.
Pacheco or Jeff Wilson Jr.
You know the answer.
I know, and I'm not the Pacheco guy, and I like Jeff Wilson, but Pacheco is the right answer here in a much better matchup against Cincinnati. Jeff, that's it. You don't like to play running backs against the Niners defense. We used to say that about the Buccaneers defense, Mike, but now it's switched over to.
You don't really want to play anybody against the Niners defense. Let's be honest.
Start 3: Adams, Lamb, Watson, Palmer.
Oof! Ouch!
I know. Give me the first 3.
You want Watson over Palmer?
I think I do. I think it's close.
Raiders and then Bears. I think I lean Palmer. Just slightly.
I get it. It's really
just slightly. It's safer. It's the safer option.
And then we got Dak or Lawrence. Seems like a good matchup for the Jags to put up points. We agree. I still slightly went Dak for the safety of it.
The safety is Dak. Yes.
Yeah.
Dean, if you want to reach for the stars, though, Lawrence could have a career day against the Lions. But here's the thing. They could also not need him. That's the thing.
Or he could just be bad, because we've seen him just be bad at times, and he's young quarterback, man.
I get that, yeah. There is inconsistencies in his game still, so I can see that as well.
But don't get me wrong, I like Lawrence for sure. But
it's Dak just to be safer. And then Jeff Wilson or Ezekiel Elliott here. This one's Zeke.
That one's Zeke.
He's still getting enough work. He got more work than Tony Pollard last week, believe it or not. So it's Zeke in a tough matchup for Jeff Wilson.
Yep.
You're welcome, Chris. We appreciate helping. And guys, bring on the questions here. We got about 3 more minutes left, so we're gonna get through as much as we can. But Kamara for Pacheco this week. This is what I was actually talking about. I think I would sit Kamara for Pacheco.
I think I would as well.
This is the one week where I'm finally behind it. We did get 12 red zone rushing attempts from Pacheco last week. I know that's going to regress back to the mean, but it's a lot more times they're getting to the red zone than Kamara.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
All right, so Christian Watson or David Montgomery in the flex.
That one's Monty for me.
Thank you. Yes, it is Monty. That was a safer option there. Reach for the stars,
Definitely.
go for Watson, but safety is Montgomery.
You know the Bears are still going to run the ball too. So he's going to get so many touches today.
And that's why Fields is the answer in so many of these questions, because he's going to run as well.
Exactly.
Oh, this one. Deshaun Watson or Daniel Jones? This one I will finally say Deshaun Watson. Because I don't trust Daniel Jones.
Give me Watson.
This is one of those shitty options where, and I do apologize for swearing again, but this is one of those crappy options where it's Deshaun Watson over Daniel Jones if you want.
Yeah, Daniel Jones, another one of those guys you can't really trust on a week basis. You know, he could just throw in a clunker here and there. So
big time. All right, ball glove here. PPR league. Rank these 3: Zonovan Knight, Brian Robinson, Rachaad White. PPR, Rachaad White's first. And it's still really Brian Robinson because Michael Carter is not ruled out for the year, and they have Tyler Johnson and they have James Robinson. The only reason Zonovan Knight, I think, in my opinion, got so much of a workload is because James Robinson was a healthy scratch, and all they had behind him was Ty Johnson.
It didn't say rank him rest of the season. I think it's just this week, Mike.
That's why I said rank this for this week. It's still Rachaad White, Robinson, Knight.
I think I kind of lean a little slightly to Robinson over Rachaad. No, good. Give me Rachaad White. Give me Rachaad White. Give me.
All right.
Give me.
It's White, Robinson, Knight. Yep. And then Pacheco or Pittman.
Give me the wide receiver. Yeah. Hold on. Is it PPR?
That was a tough one.
If you could answer, Mika, please.
Yeah. If you
let us know if it's PPR
real
or not.
quick,
I think it changes my answer.
Time. If it's PPR, it's Pittman.
Yeah,
it's
I
half
agree.
Point PPR, it's Pacheco. Because Pittman is a good enough option to where I'd be. So, yeah, PPR, Pittman, half Pacheco. All right. Pacheco, Samaje Perine, or Swift? This one is Perine.
It is.
Yes. Appreciate you too, Chris. And then we got Patterson or Murray. That one's Latavius Murray.
It is Latavius, yeah.
Juju, Lockett, or Zay Jones in the flex?
Give me Juju, I guess.
It's
slightly
Juju
over
here.
Zay.
Yeah. Slightly, like you said, slightly. But if you want to, either way, Juju or Zay, you can go with in that one. Jets or Browns defense. Browns defense over the Jets.
Agreed.
All right, last one for Chris. Drake London, Cortland Sutton, or Jameson Williams. You can't play Jameson Williams this week. It's going to be a low snap count here. And between Drake London and Sutton, I won't lie, those are tough choices, my man.
I think it's Drake, unfortunatally.
Matchups better.
With Judy back in the lineup, yeah.
And Judy back in the lineup, yes, sir. And then the question was with Patterson.
This is from Jen. Yeah, for Patterson or Murray, non-PPR.
Well, this was all of them. All of them were non-PPR.
Yep.
It's still Murray. And then
it might be, Jen. I think it's actually. I was gonna say Lockett because touchdown offside. To be honest with you,
I think it's Zay Jones more because Zay Jones with the yards.
Now we're screwing her.
No, I mean, because we got the correct one as Murray. All right.
Yeah.
But like I said, to me, I was fine with either Juju or Zay. I mean, you're the one screwing her going Lockett.
I know. I feel it. Sorry, Jen.
All right. Jeff Wilson and Antonio Gibson. This one's
Jeff Wilson in a bad matchup, man, but you got to temper expectations, Josh. You got to hope he gets in the end zone because it's not going to be pretty.
No, it's not. Dak or Lamar?
Give me Lamar.
I lean Lamar slightly, like you said, just slightly. All right. And then PPR, Adam Thielen, George Pickens, Julio Jones, or McKinnon. Start a flex. This is Adam Thielen for your safety play. Your ceiling plays Pickens.
I'm going to go Pickens. Yeah.
You are? All right. Deebo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk, PPR?
Ayukin.
Go for it. I mean,
yeah.
Deebo is banged up. So if he gets hurt, he could be out. Ayuk's not going to get banged up unless he gets badly hurt. Knock on wood. All right. Last couple questions here. Thielen, Deontay Johnson, Hayden Hurst, or Higbee, half-point PPR.
And those are two splits. So give me Thielen over Deontay, and then give me Hurst over Higbee.
Yes and yes. And then
right
Jen's laughing at us. We hope you enjoy the show, Jen. We're having fun. All right, last two questions here. John Reeves, Latavius Murray, Jeff Wilson, or Michael Pittman?
Non-PPR as well.
Non-PPR.
Give me give me Latavius Murray. Maybe he gets their long touchdown.
Usually you lean the RB in non-PPR. It's Latavius Murray for me as well. All right, last question here. Woo, this has been fun, Dylan. All right, Jerick McKinnon or James Robinson, full point PPR?
McKinnon. It's not great, though.
No, it's not great, but you do have a great matchup where McKinnon could be involved in the offense a lot compared to James Robinson. I think it's going to be a three-headed monster. I've been seeing reports about it being a three-headed monster. All right, guys, I mean, we can't thank you enough for joining us here. This is probably one of our best shows so far on the year. We loved it. It was great. We wish Ike would have been here to help us out, decide, between me and Dylan when we can't agree. But make sure you smash that like button. Please subscribe to us if you enjoyed the show, guys. We enjoy hanging out with you. We enjoy answering your questions. So if you enjoy it as much as we do, please like and subscribe. Also, if you got time, go ahead. Wherever you listen to your podcast, leave a review. We'd really appreciate that as well. But if you're not doing anything later tonight, the recap for Sunday's show where me and Dylan will be coming out. You can check that out. Then Monday will be Richard's show. And then we'll have the waiver wire episode out on Tuesday. And then we're going through this vicious cycle all over again. So make sure you check out fantasy6pack.net for those plans. All right. Dylan, anything else before I head us out?
Just everybody, good luck in your matchups. Hopefully we helped you. If we didn't, sorry. Thanks for tuning in anyways.
It's all about consistency. For Dylan, I'm Mike.